Good morning and welcome to another video on ENZ Travels and another episode of What Can Go Wrong in Zach's Travels. I'm at Canberra Airport and today I'm meant to be flying to Newcastle with Fly Pelican. However, that flight has been delayed into oblivion, so we're going back to Link Airways up to Newcastle. Departure's about 25 minutes away, so we're going to get into the terminal and get on the way to Newcastle. I made my way through security and into the Canberra terminal, which was nice and bright and sunny this morning, and it was great to see a lot of the retailers finally opening again after being shut down during COVID. I'm sure it's been a real long time for all those retailers. The Canberra airport, whilst it's not my favourite airport for functionality, when the natural light is shining in, it is absolutely amazing. So you are probably wondering, what in the shit have you done to your hair, Zach? And, well, I guess the reason's probably a bit more obvious now that I've got my hoodie off. Off to the football tonight to watch the Raiders play in semi-final against Parramatta, and I have gone all out with my hair. It is dyed green, and that's not washing out. Flying me through to Newcastle this morning is this 25-year-old SAAB 340B Plus VHVEQ. It was delivered to Link Airways earlier in this year. It has 34 economy seats in a 1-2 layout, with the back row having 4 seats. How's it going? Hello, how's it going?
Just go ahead, sir. Just on the left there.
Thank you. Today I selected a seat in row 9. As it looks like an empty flight when I booked the previous night, I chose to sit on the double side of the aircraft, giving myself a spare seat next to me.
Towards the north today, expected flight time up to Newcastle 55 minutes. The nice clear cold air this morning. I'm expecting a smooth ride throughout the entire flight today. 8 degrees outside here in Canberra. It's already up to 12 in Newcastle. It's highs up there today of 23 degrees. It is getting a fair bit windier up there later in the morning, but well after our arrival. So as I said, should be a nice smooth ride for us most of the way. There was some fog forecast there this morning, but it looks like it's already burnt on, so I'm not expecting any delays for our arrival into Newcastle today. Otherwise, once again, on behalf of all the crew, welcome aboard and please enjoy the flight.
Departure today was right on 7 a.m. from Canberra's runway 35, cruising today at 15,000 feet for a flight time of 50 minutes through to Newcastle. seat. As you can see, the legroom is alright back here. Sat in row 3 on the previous flight on this aircraft, it was very tight. In the seat pocket, of course, we've got a safety card, the onboard magazine, and air sickness bag. There is no additional seat pocket down here. Just after boarding, was served with a bottle of water, and shortly we'll be getting a tea, coffee, and snack service with cold drinks. So, yeah, just got to see the SAAB overhead panel, and yeah. So, I guess the frustrating thing about this morning is that as of yet, Flight Pelican is yet to actually inform me of the delay on their flight. That flight was meant to leave at 8:30 AM this morning, and it was delayed till about 11, which is just too late for what I need to be up in Newcastle for. And after hours, they have absolutely no contacts. Previous dealings have been really good on the phone, but it's quite frustrating. You can't get in touch with them after hours, and they delay a flight first thing in the morning. And I mean, this flight left at 7 AM, so an hour and a half before that flight's departure, and they still hadn't informed me of the delay, so that's pretty crap, to be honest. But yeah, we're getting looked after on board Link, and if you're paying attention to any of the announcements made by the flight attendant, it's actually the same flight attendant I had in my recent Link Airways operated for VA flight. The in-flight service today consisted of a passion fruit muffin, as well as a packet of Red Rock Deli chips. Tea and coffee were available, as well as a full bar service. The coffee certainly wasn't the greatest, but a caffeine hit was definitely appreciated at this hour of the morning.
The service down the back there for Ricky. Surely going to be starting our descent into Newcastle, where we've got a temperature of 14 degrees. We'll be on the ground in just under 15 minutes. We aren't expecting any bumps on descent, however, I will be turning on the seatbelt sign soon, just for any unforeseen turbulence. So, have you enjoyed the flight? I'd like to thank you for flying Link Airways. Look forward to seeing you next Wednesday to flight Link. Thank you and good morning.
Okay, so we have just commenced our descent into Newcastle. Fantastic flight, a little bit bumpy along the way, but yeah. Our flight attendant's fantastic, and I think this just shows how much, when they're operating for Virgin, their services diluted. I mean, there was a full bar service available. Not that we have any alcoholics on this flight, but and then just before landing, flight attendants just come around and served us with like lollies, Mentos and stuff. Just a little extra bit on the end. Yeah, really good service, and would recommend flying Link from Canberra to Newcastle. Also haven't flown the jet stream in a while. The SAAB is obviously significantly more comfortable. You've got a flight attendant on board, and yeah, let's see what's up for landing.
So all in all, a pretty quick flight up to Newcastle, only 50 minutes, but a really good service and really well looked after on board. For the $199 I paid, it was certainly value for money. Now I should mention that a few videos ago I did try to travel on Link Airways and the flight was cancelled. They rebooked me on to a Virgin flight and that was about all I expected. However, just before this flight, and the night before this flight in fact, I actually got an email saying that they'd refunded the entire price of that flight. So that flight they booked me on was free. That cost them money, and that to me is really taking the service to the next level. So thank you to the Link Airways reservation team for really looking after me. And just a quick note, I have made a few changes to my YouTube channel. There'll be a video out explaining it if it's not already out on the channel. And you can follow me on Instagram at CBR-FLYER. The ENZ Travels Instagram account will be closed in the coming weeks.
Smoking is not permitted on the tarmac or inside the terminal building. All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must not be used, and all headphones removed while walking on the tarmac. On behalf of Captain Matt Goodall, First Officer Ryan Matthews, and myself, it has been a pleasure having you on board. Wish you a lovely day. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you and good morning.
Most likely because I don't know how to drive a GoPro, but for whatever reason, as I was disembarking, there was no audio on the disembarking footage, but I was warmly farewelled by both the flight attendant and the first officer.
I have just arrived at Newcastle Airport. A fantastic flight on board Link Airways today. Yeah, can't complain at all. The service provided by the friendly flight attendant was absolutely top-notch, and I'd strongly recommend flying on one of their own services if you can. Obviously their service is pretty diluted when they're flying on behalf of Virgin, but certainly when they're flying on their own behalf, that service is absolutely outstanding. I'm just watching where that bus goes because I can't see the bus stop and I need to get the bus. Anyway, also I still haven't heard from Fly Pelican about the delay. That's not a problem. I think it's probably because I booked through Webjet. Life lesson, don't use Webjet unless you have to. So anyway, I've actually been to see the staff at the desk here because that's actually Pelican's own staff, and they were very apologetic for the delay, and they've actually rebooked me on tomorrow's flight from Newcastle to Canberra. So rather than getting the train back from Sydney as planned tomorrow, I will come up to Newcastle Airport and get a flight with Fly Pelican back to Canberra. Hopefully I will be just as happy with the fact that the Raiders have won and the Raiders are through to the next round of the finals, and I still have no idea where that bus stop is. That's helpful. Anyway, if you've liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn that bell on so you don't miss any more videos. And I will be back next week with another video on ENZ Travels. See you then.